Hello students, welcome to our class. In today's session, we are going to start topic joint bar graph. Okay, so you can say double bar graph also. Okay, joint bar graph, or you can say double bar graph. Okay, so you have learned about bar graphs. Okay, you have learned about bar graphs in previous standard. In this topic, you are going to learn about how to draw joint bar graph and how to use joint bar graph. Okay, so before that, see these two bar graphs. Okay, before going to study about joint bar graphs, see these two bar graphs. Okay, see here, we have given two bar graphs. Okay, so this bar graph is related to wheat production of Ajay. Okay, so Ajay in his farm. Okay, so this is a bar graph, and this bar graph represents the wheat production uh, in Ajay's farm. Okay, and this bar graph represents wheat production in Vijay's farm. Okay, and see, we have given this wheat production in quintals. Okay, in quintals. Now see, you know how to draw a bar graph. Okay, so here on the x-axis, so this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Okay, so on x-axis, uh, on x-axis years are shown, this 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014. Okay, and on the y-axis you observe that production in quintals. On y-axis, production is shown. Okay, now see, and this is in quintals. Okay, and see here, they have choose the scale 1 centimeter is equal to 20 quintals. 1 centimeter is equal to 20 quintals. Okay, means what? Here this 1 centimeter is divided into 10 equal parts, we know. Okay, so these number of these lines are 10, we know. Okay, so if 1 centimeter is equal to 10 quintal, means what? One line represents, okay, so this one line represents 1 quintal, two lines represent 2 quintal, three lines represent 3 quintal. Okay, and as like this 10 line represents 10 quintal. Okay, so you must have to know. Okay, so here 1 centimeter is equal to 10 quintals, means here this 1 centimeter is divided into 10 equal parts. Okay, so therefore each part is of 1 quintal. Okay, 1 quintal. So see, in 2011, you observe that, see here, there is 40. Okay, length of this bar, 40. Okay, means what? In 2011, the production of wheat is 40 quintals. Okay, so this represents the length of that wheat production. Okay, so see here, in 2011, how 40 quintals wheat is produced in Ajay's farm. In 2012, you observe that, see, in 2012, 50 quintals wheat is produced in Ajay's farm. In 2013, how many? 40 quintals. In 2014, how many? See here, this. So this line represents what? So each line is of 1 quintal. So how many lines are there? 5. So after 40 we count 5, means 45. So this represents 45. Okay, so in 2014, production of wheat is for how many? 45 quintals. So this bar graph represents the wheat production of Ajay's farm. Now go to the next, that is wheat production in Vijay's farm. So see, in 2011, wheat production is 40 quintals. In 2012, wheat production is what? 50 to C, means 55 quintals. In 2013, 30 quintals. In 2014, how many? 40 quintals. Okay, but how we will use this graph? Okay, so both graphs are single. Okay, and here we can't get more information from these two bar graphs. Okay, but if you suppose we have to compare Ajay's and Vijay's wheat production in 2011. Okay, so here we have, if we have to compare Ajay and Vijay's wheat production in 2011, so we can't compare, it gets complicated. Okay, so to get such a types of information or to get more information, so to get more information we can draw these two single bar graphs in one, okay, in common. Okay, and that is means what, if we show these if we show the information from both the graphs in a single graph. Okay, instead of drawing two bar graphs, if we can show this two information in a single graph, only one graph, so it will gives more information. Okay, and if you draw in single graph, so we can compare Ajay's and Vijay's wheat production. Okay, so it becomes easier. So see here, next figure. Here instead of writing this two graph single, here they have draw this two informations in only one graph. Okay, now see here, the Ajay's wheat production is represented by this dark blue line, and Vijay's wheat production is represented by this faint blue line. You can observe that. Okay, now see here, you observe that years are same here and here. Okay, so here we can take years 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014 on x-axis. On y-axis you can take same scale, production in quintals. Okay, see here, our scales are also same. On y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 20 quintal. But what is difference here, we have draw these two information in a single way. Okay, now see, in 2011 Ajay's wheat production is 40, and in 2011 Vijay's wheat production is also 40. So here first we draw this bar, and we draw next bar related to Vijay's wheat production. Okay, see here. So while now see this graph here, in 2011 this dark blue line represents Ajay's wheat production, and this faint blue line represents Vijay's wheat production in 2012. You can also observe. Now you can compare, see, because we have instead of writing this separately, we have written in joint form. Okay, their information in joint form. Okay, so whenever we have to draw joint bar graph, remember that in each joint bars, the distance, see this distance must be same. Distance between these bars must be same. Okay, and you have to represent these two bar graphs by different portion. See here they have represent Ajay's wheat production by dark blue lines and Vijay's wheat production by faint blue lines. Okay, so you have to represent these both cases by different signs. Okay, so here, by observing this graph, now you can compare uh, Ajay's and Vijay's wheat production. Okay, and you can get answers of many questions. See questions like this. So see here, there is first question: in which year did they both produce equal quantities of wheat? In which year did they both produce equal quantities of wheat? So observe in each year. So here 2011, see they both have produced same quantity, here 40 and here also 40. In 2012 they have produced here 50 and here what, here 50 and here 55. So here also there are different. So in only in, see, in which year, so in 2011 they both produce equal quantities of wheat. See next question. In year 2014, who produced more wheat? So in year 2014, see here, in year 2014, so highest bar is this. You observe that. So this bar graph related to Ajay's. So see, in 2014, Ajay produced more wheat. Okay. Now in year 2013, see here, in year 2013, how much wheat did Ajay and Vijay each produce? So in 2013, see, Ajay produced how many? 40 quintals, and Vijay produced how many? 30 quintals. Okay, so as like this, by drawing a joint bar graph, you can get answers, easily get answers of such a types of question. But if you draw single graphs, means separate graphs, then you can't compare such types of informations. Okay, so you don't get such types of information, means it get complicated. So instead of writing graphs separately, you can write in single graph, and this graph is known as joint bar graph. Okay, so in joint bar graph, um, you must have to take scale correctly. On y-axis you have to take scale, 1 centimeter is equal to something. On x-axis you have to take informations. Okay, and also you have to represent each bars by different signs. So here, if we represent one bar by this shaded portion and another bar by this shaded portion, so you have to represent by difference. Okay, so that's why we have to compare. Okay, now see next, and also one more information here. While drawing the joint bar graphs, the distance between these bar graphs must be same. Okay, so remember that. Now see this next joint bar graph. Okay, so this is related to in that bar graph we have given minimum and maximum temperature in Pune. Okay, minimum and maximum temperature in Pune means we have given both the two quantities, minimum temperature and maximum temperature in Pune city for 5 days. So 5 days means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Read the joint bar graph and answer the question below. So first of all, read the joint bar graph. So on Monday, on x-axis we have given days, on y-axis we have given temperature in degree Celsius. Okay, see first of all scale here. 1 centimeter is equal to 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, see here, 1 centimeter is equal to 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, means each unit is of what? 0.5, because this 5 okay, so this divided into 10 equal parts. So when we divide 5 in 10 equal parts, we get what? 0.5. Okay, so each line is of 0.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, so here 1 centimeter is equal to 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, now see on Monday, and also see, so faint blue bar represents maximum temperature, and darker blue bar represents minimum temperature. So see on Monday, see here, maximum temperature is what? So here after 30 there are two lines. Okay, so two lines means what? One for 0.5, then two for what? 0.5 into 2 means what? 1. Okay, 1 for 2 lines, and 0.5 for 1 line. So for 2 lines, how many? 0.5 into 2 means 1. Okay, so this is of 31. Okay, this is 31, and this is what? Below 20 there are 2 lines. Okay, means after 50 there are 8 lines. Okay, means what? It is 19. It is of 19. After 15 there are 8, means 0.5 into 8 means what? 4, means 15 plus 4 is 19, so this is of 19. So this is 19 and this is 31. Okay, so on Monday maximum temperature is what? 31, and minimum temperature is 19. Okay, now see, on Tuesday maximum temperature is what? Maximum temperature is, after 25 there are six line. Okay, so 6 means what? 0.5 into 6 means what? 3, means 25 plus 3 is 28. So this is of 28, and this is of what? After so this is of same, so this is 19. Okay, so here maximum temperature is 28, minimum temperature is 19. So you must have to know how to count. So here 1 centimeter is equal to 5 degrees Celsius means what? Each one line is of 0.5, because 0.5, when we divide 5 in 10 equal parts we get 0.5, means each line is of 0.5. Okay, so here means 2 lines is equal to 1, 2 lines is equal to 1 degree Celsius. 2 lines is of 1 degree Celsius, so remember that. Okay, so here so as like this you can measure. So these are given the data related to maximum and minimum temperature on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, now let's answer the questions. What data is shown on x-axis? So see, on x-axis what we have shown. On x-axis 5 days of a week are shown. 5 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, on data, what data is shown on y-axis? So on y-axis what? Temperature. So on y-axis temperature in the city Pune is shown. Which day had the highest temperature? Which day had the highest temperature? Okay, now see. You observe that all the out of these bars, which bar is highest? This. Okay, because all the bars are less than have length less than this. Okay, so this is highest. This is a bar of highest length, and it is of 31. So see which day had the highest temperature. So on Monday. Okay, so on Monday had the highest temperature. Now see, on which day is the minimum temperature the highest, means on which day minimum temperature is highest. So minimum temperatures are denoted by dark blue lines. So see that dark blue lines. So out of these 5 dark blue lines, which is highest? So see, you observe that out of these dark blue lines this is highest. So on which day? On Wednesday minimum temperature is highest. Okay, on Thursday what is the difference between the minimum and maximum temperature on Thursday? So maximum temperature is of what? Maximum temperature is of 28. Okay, yes, 28, and minimum temperature is of 15. So 28, I think it's not 28, because below 30 there is one line, means it is of 29.5. Okay, 29.5. So 29.5 minus what is the minimum temperature? So minimum temperature is of 15. Okay, so 29.5 minus 15 gives you what? 14.5. So on Thursday what is the difference between the minimum and maximum temperature? So difference between minimum and maximum temperature is 14.5 degrees Celsius. On which day is the difference between minimum and maximum temperature the greatest? Okay, on which day? So you observe that on Thursday here 31, you can observe the difference and see which difference is greatest, and give the answer of this. Okay, just try to give answer of this question. Find difference between the minimum and maximum temperature on each day. Okay, find their differences and see which difference is greatest, and you can get answer of this question. So as like this, by using joint bar graph you can get answers of many questions. Okay, now there is main thing, that is how to draw a joint bar graph. So in joint bar graph, first of all, see this example. See, the number of boys and girls in a school is given. Number of boys and girls in a school is given. Draw the joint bar graph to show this information. Okay, let's see this example. We have given class 6, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th means students of this class, and boys and girls of this class. Okay, now see steps for drawing a joint bar graph. So first of all, on the graph paper draw x-axis and y-axis. Okay, and see here, their point of intersection is what? Origin, we know that is 0. Okay, now first of all, see, I have told you, keeping the distance between two sets of joint bars. Okay, these are joint bars. Okay, so keeping the distance between joint bars equal. Okay, so here if we take half of distance here, these are the distance between these joint bars. Okay, so make sure that the difference must be equal. Okay, and see here the joint bars are for boys and girls. Okay, boys and girls. And see, on x-axis we have to take this class 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Okay, now on y-axis we take number of students or number of students. Okay, now see, for choosing a scale, so we choose the scale for y-axis. For example, so here you observe that all the numbers are in highest number is what? Highest number is 68, means we have to go up to 70, maximum up to 70. Okay, so you can take 1 centimeter is equal to 10 students. Okay, you can take 1 centimeter is equal to 10 students. So see, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 students means this one line is of one student. Okay, means 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 students. So you can write here on the right side of the bar graph scale, one on y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 10 students, and I have told you you have to represent both the joint bars by different symbols. So here they have denote boys by this faint blue and girls by dark blue. Okay, now using the scale, work out the height of columns required to show numbers of boys and girls in each class. Okay, now see, in fifth, first of all, on x-axis we have taken classes. So first out we have to draw for fifth. So for fifth, first of all, how many boys are there? 52. So faint, so draw a bar of length what? 52. So here there is 50. So when we get 52, each line is of 1 means 51, 52. So after 50 we have to measure two lines, 1 2, and first of all we take length and draw such a graph bar. Okay, and let's join next to this graph draw the girls bar. Okay, so here girls is of 57, so count 57. So here after 50 we have to count 7 lines. Okay, so here and draw this square. Okay, now here we got for fifth. As like this you can draw for 6 7 8 9 10 10th. Okay, so I will give one video for how to draw such a joint bar graphs. Okay, then you can get easily understand, but only remember that don't get critical here. Just understood. Main thing is choose scale and give different symbols here, and one thing, keep the same difference same here. Okay, between the joint bars keep the difference same. Okay, in next video we will see the method for how to draw joint bar graph. Okay, thank you.